Okay, so this is the last part of our discussion in traffic management investigation, of course, with driving. So ito yung chain of events in an accident or yung in a vehicular accident. So una dyan, we have the perception of hazards. In the perception of hazard, ibig sabihin it is seeing, feeling, or hearing and understanding the usual or unexpected movement or condition that could be taken as a sign of an accident about to happen. Ibig sabihin, there are signs. Ibig sabihin, may mga, ano, di ba? May mga signs, may mga pangitain, may napipil ka, or may narinig ka class na there are possible vehicular accident na about to transpire or about to happen. So that is perception of hazards. Ibig sabihin, nakikita mo, na-observe mo ngayon na there are possible or may paparating na accident to happen. So kaya nga tinawag na accident, hindi mo maiiwasan yan, di ba? So there is an accident, okay? Unprecedented or uh, anticipated, okay? The unanticipated event or pangyayari. So that is perception of hazard. So ibig sabihin, that is the to understanding or there are signs na there are possible hazard or there are possible accident that about to happen. There is perception of hazard class, di ba? Kapag na-aksidente kayo, yun mostly ang i-encounter ninyo. Yung perception of hazard, yung una. Ibig sabihin, may sign na posibleng ma-aksidente kayo. Then, yung pangalawa, the start of evasive action. So it is the first action taken by a traffic unit to escape from a collision force or otherwise avoid a hazard. So kasi nga nakikita mo na halimbawa na out of control or out, nawalan ka ng preno. So ang start of evasive action, ibig sabihin you try to escape from a collision, ibig sabihin yung magbungguan or to avoid a hazard or accident. Okay, as much as possible, gusto mong i-avoid yung hazard or accident so that is a start of evasive action. That is traffic unit, ibig sabihin yung tao na gumagamit ng traffic way. Tayo yun. Okay? Then, ang initial contact, it is the first accidental touching of an object, collision force, or otherwise avoids a hazard. So, the first touching, yung isang motor or isang sasakyan, sa isang vehicle, first touch. So, that is an initial contact. Then, ang maximum engagement naman, of course, it is greatest collapse or overlap in a collision. So, the force between the traffic unit and the object collided with are greatest at the maximum engagement. Ibig sabihin, totally nagsalpukan na. So, that is the maximum engagement na tinatawag natin. Okay, there is a collision already. Collapse, overlap, ibig sabihin, yung motor na, yung isa sasakyan, dito pumunta sa kabila, so nagsalpukan, overlap, or nag-collapse yung dalawang traffic unit or the object na na-collide niya. So that is a maximum engagement. So nakuha? So ganun lang chain of events ha. Ulitin natin ang perception of hazards. Ibig sabihin yan yung mga signs na posible na may paparating ngayon na aksidente or there a sign of an accident that about to happen. So, ayan, tandaan niyo pag sinabi natin perception of hazard, sign of an accident that about to happen. Okay, so it is seeing, feeling, or hearing na very possible na mangyayari. Then, ang start of evasive action, okay, then of course, ang start of evasive action, that is the first action to be taken. Ibig sabihin, as much as possible, gusto mo munang or gusto mo sanang iwasan ngayon ang aksidente. So that is the start of evasive action. Then, of course, initial contact. So that is the first touching. Okay, that is the first accidental touching of an object. That is the initial contact. And the maximum engagement, that is the greatest collapse or overlap in a collision. Collision. But ibig sabihin, nagbungguan na talaga, nag-collide na yung yung traffic units or yung object na nabungguan niya or nabangga niya rather. Okay, that is the maximum engagement. Nakuha ba? Nakuha ba? Okay, pakibasa ulit. Babasahin natin ulit para mag-retain sa utak ninyo. Sir Angelo, pwede pa basa?
Okay, sir.
Sige, pakibasa ulit.
Chain of events in a vehicular accident. Perception of hazard. It is seeing, feeling, or hearing and understanding the usual or unexpected movement or condition that could be taken as a sign of an accident about to happen. Start of aviation action. It is the first action taken by a traffic unit to escape from a collision course or otherwise avoid a hazard. Initial contact. The first accidental touching of an object, collision course, or otherwise avoid hazard. Maximum engagement. It is a greatest collapse or overlap in a collision course between the traffic unit and the object collided with a greatest at maximum engagement.
Okay, thank you. O, di ba? Na, nag,
Okay, sir, nagbabantay ako ng bata.
nagsa-struggle. Ay, ano ka pala, babysitter ka pala ngayon. Okay lang yan, walang problema. At yung struggle na sir, ah. Okay, okay lang yan. So again, that is the chain of events in accidental or in an accident. So that is the perception of hazard, start of evasive action, initial contact, maximum engagement. Okay? So yan, yung tinatawag natin class na key events. Okay, so yun. So kahapon,
Sir,
nakalimutan.
sir, question po, sir.
Yes, yes.
Hindi po ba kasama yung disengagement, injury, ganun, sir, doon sa chain of events?
Ano yun?
Hindi po ba kasali yung mga, pag may
Mag-
maximum engagement, may disengagement, tapos may injury, sir?
Oh, kasali yon. Pero i-explain, ano lang natin, mamaya lang natin i-explain yun. Pero kasali yun so yung sa maximum engagement, disengagement. Nandun naman yun sa notes ninyo. Pakibasa na lang yung notes ninyo. Pero i-discuss pa rin natin yan mamaya. Okay, so nakalimutan natin pala kahapon yung tawag nito, yung speed limit. So tandaan nyo ka po sa RA 4136, of course, yung mga roads of private property, so they are not subject to speed limit. Okay, yung mga private property. So kapag type of road, tatlo yung nakalagay dito. Bakit nakalimutan doon? So we have the type of road, the maximum allowable speed for passenger cars and motorcycles, then the maximum allowable speed for motor trucks and buses. So kapag expressway, nakakita naman kayo ng expressway, di ba? Nakakita kayo ng expressway sa Manila? Sino nakapunta na sa yung taga Manila dito, yung expressway? Yung papuntang NAIA. Nakakita kayo ng expressway? Wala.
Yes, sir.
Okay na. So, si sir kasi siya yung nagtatrabaho sa traffic. 'Di ba? Yung expressway, tapos yung skyway naman, that is the elevated portion, 'di ba? Ng natin ng tawag nito, ng highway. Then expressway, the provincial highways. So ang maximum allowable speed for passenger and cars and motorcycles class is 80 kph, okay, 80 kilometer per hour. Then yung maximum allowable speed naman for motor trucks and buses for expressway, provincial, and of course yung mga provincial highways and expressways natin 50 kilometer per hour. Then yung mga multiple lanes, avenues, ano yung example na may mga multiple lanes? Sa Manila, yung hindi sa part ng ano yon. Yung may multiple lanes, anong tawag na natin doon, class? Saang part yon? Yung ang dami na yung parang 20 ba? Or ilang lanes yun na Meron diyan sa part ng Luzon. Nakalimutan ko na. Yung palaging dinadaanan.
Commonwealth ba, sir?
Sa Commonwealth ba yun? O, parang gano'n. O. So parang, ano yan guys, yung tinatawag natin na multiple lane avenues. Diba? So tama, Commonwealth Avenues pala yun. Okay. Taga Manila ka ba? Or yung, basta dahil, palagi po yung dinadaanan kapag nagta-travel ako sa Luzon. So ang maximum allowable speed dyan is 40 kilometer per hour. Then meron na yan silang kapag susobra ka diyan, 'di ba? Meron na silang tinatawag na matitest, 'di ba? Kung sumobra yung kanilang speed. So of course meron kang magmumulta ka diyan kapag ganun. Then kapag sa mga ano naman, kapag sa mga multiple lane avenues natin. So we have the 30 kilometer per hour naman kapag sa speed for motor, trucks, and other buses. Then yung mga side roads and inner city traffic natin or ini sa city roads natin, 30 kilometer per hour. Then 30 kph naman sa maximum sa speed sa trucks and other buses. Yung sa mga busy and crowded streets, 20 kilometer per hour. Kasi nga, hindi ka pwedeng ano doon, tawag to, magpabilis, di ba? Or kasi 'di ba masyadong busy, masyadong populated yung streets na yan or highways. So that's why very important na uh, tawag nito class na gagamitan natin ng 20 kilometer per hour. Then of course sa trucks rin kapag sa mga busy and crowded places. Okay. So ang ano yung class, 'di ba merong nagkataon yan dati kasi yung municipality na isa, ginawa nilang ano lang instead na 80 kilometer per hour ang maximum, di ba? Tapos gumawa sila ng municipal ordinance, ginawa nilang ano na lang 40 kilometer per hour. Nagkataon ang nakalaban nila is abogado. Kasi ang abogado, alam niya ang batas eh. Alam niya yung national ano natin yung speed limit, 'di ba, sa mga highway natin. So ang takbo niya is 80 kilometer per hour kasi yun yung alam niya na national maximum speed level o speed limit class. So ang nagkataon, hinuli siya ngayon sa ano yan, nangyari to sa ano klase, sa if I'm not mistaken, sa 2P, South Cotabato. Na-remember nyo yun? Or kung hindi nyo alam, abogado yung nakalaban nila. Kasi ang ano ng 60 ba or 40 yung sa ano sa 2P ata. Tapos sa kanya 80 yung natakbo niya. Tapos ano niya yun, nilaban niya yun kasi 'di ba under sa national speed limit natin 80 naman ang nakalagay doon. So sa tingin niyo, sinong mananalo doon? Yung abogado or yung munisipyo na iniba nila yung speed limit, ginawa nilang 60 or 40, pero ang national speed limit na ayan, nakalagay diyan, di ba, 80 kilometer per hour. Sa tingin niyo, sinong mananalo doon? Kapag
Ang
ano?
munisipyo, sir.
Sino?
Munisipyo.
Munisipyo. Okay, so sure kayo? Munisipyo? Munisipyo ba?
Attorney, sir, yung abogado.
Okay. Of course, yung abogado class. Kasi 'di ba under the 4136 nakalagay 'di ba? Ang speed limit natin is the national speed limit is 80. So although gumawa sila ng kanilang bagong kumbaga kanilang ordinance sa municipal ordinance nila. So kapag ilaban yun or nanalo talaga yung abogado doon kasi 'di ba 80 kilometer per hour naman na nakalagay sa 4136 class sa mga provincial highways. Nakuha nyo? Kasi nga, syempre, ang mother law natin, yung pinaka-national, national law natin. So, although pwede may karapatan sila na mag-create ng ano, still kapag matalo talaga sila. Kaya natalo sila doon class if I'm not mistaken. Kasi yun yung issue doon eh. Kasi ano ba nang masusunod? Yung 40 kilometer per hour or yung tinatawag natin na 80 kilometer per hour na national yung standard na 80 kilometer per hour. So, yun class, nanalo ang abogado doon. Nabalitaan nyo ba yun, di ba? Parang ano yun eh. Kasi pero yun yung ganun pala. So, kaya kung titingnan mo sa 4136, totoo naman talaga, di ba? Na 80 kilometer per hour ang ating national speed limit. So, 80 kph. Okay na? So,
Sir,
nakalimutan. Yes, yes.
so kung diri sa amon, sir, sa Tantangan, sir, kay di ba may ara man diri speed limit?
Anong speed limit yun
So
dira?
kung 50.
50. Tapos,
Kung
sa ano yan?
mag-ugma,
Sa mga municipal
national
roads
highway.
yan, national highway, 50. Pero kung pwede mo yan, kapag ikaw yung pwede mong ilaban yan na 80 ang ating national. Kaya pwede ka manalo. Pero kung wala ka namang hayaan mo na lang, di ba?
Sige, sir,
Sumunod
try ko
yun.
karon, sir.
I-try mo mamaya. I-try mo
Sir.
mamaya. So, sige, tingnan natin. Si agregado na daw yung ano sa'yo, yung maging abogado mo. Pero yun kasi ano yan nangyari yan. So kaya nilaban ng ano yan ng abogado. Kaya 80 nanalo talaga yon kasi 80 kilometer per hour kasi 'di ba Although may karapatan sila, still ang national uh, road pa rin, yung speed limit pa rin ang masusunod doon. So always go back doon sa batas, 'di ba? Kung may halimbawa there are tawag nito, hindi pagkakaintindihan between the municipal law, between our laws, yung mga ano natin class, mga special laws, sinong mananalo ngayon? Of course, babalik kayo ngayon sa tinatawag natin na constitution natin. Okay, ang constitution pa rin ang mangingibabaw. Okay na po ba? Okay, so dito class kahapon, nakalimutan ko pala yung color ng plates na meron tayo. So kapag yung under Batas Pambansang 43 class, so yung mga yung General Classification of Motor Vehicles, ano yung ginagamit natin kapag private motor vehicles? Anong kulay ng plate? Okay, private. Dito na lang natin i-type siguro sa kabila. Okay. Wala pa, ay dito pa tayo class. Mamaya yan. Hindi dito muna tayo. Bakit po na? Wait lang class, mag-ano muna. Wala pa tayo sa disengagement. Continuous to mamaya dito sa yung dito pa tayo sa maximum engagement. Wala pa tayo sa disengagement. Dito nang lalagyan natin ng isang para ma-type natin. Wait lang. Okay, so ayan. Bakit tayo? Lumabas yung Ay, kakagaling ng ni Sir Mark sa galing sa work. No problem, sir. Balikan lang. 80 kilometer to 50 kilometer, no blind corners, not closely bordered by habitation, February 2024. Yes, posibleng lalabas rin yan ngayong February 2024. Okay, class. So, isa-isahin natin dito kasi nakalimutan natin. Okay, kapag sinabi nating private MB, private MV or motor vehicles. Anong kulay ng plate class ang ginagamit natin kapag private MV or private motor vehicles? Anong kulay ng plate?
Green, sir.
Okay, green. Okay, very good. Okay, how about naman pag sinabi natin for hire MV? Ano naman ang kulay ng plate?
Yellow.
Yellow plate. Okay, very good. Yellow. How about pag sinabi natin government?
Red.
Red. Anong kulay ng natin class? Pag sinabi natin government?
Red, white.
Okay, so red plate. Okay, so wait lang. Okay, ang ginagamit natin kapag government, red plate. Pag sinabi naman natin ano yung isa? Diplomat. Kapag diplomat, anong kulay ng diplomat? Yung mga diplomats natin, yung mga ambassadors. Okay, blue. Very good. Okay, how about naman kapag yung tinatawag natin niya commemorative? Ano yung tinatawag natin na commemorative class? Ano yung commemorative plates na tinatawag natin? Commemo pala. Commemorative plates. Ano yung mga commemorative plates? Na-remember nyo yun? Commemorative plates. Bakit hindi ko ma-pronounce sa mga. Okay, ang commemorative plate class, binibigay yan sa organization or sa agency as kumbaga ng president class to honor yung tinatawag natin yung organization or agency that is commemorative place or kapag during their what they call anniversary. So ang tawag natin doon na that is only intended sa anniversary nila or sa kanilang mga yung kumbaga celebration ng kanilang agency. Ang tawag natin doon is commemorative place. Okay, nakuha ba? Okay, nakuha na screenshot na commemorative. Okay na class? Bakit nawala na kayo?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. To honor the organization. Okay. Okay. So, yan. Dito tayo sa kabila. Paki-screenshot muna para mag-proceed na tayo doon sa key events natin or sa may chain of events in a traffic accident. Okay, so ano na lang natin, class. Okay, so of course, ang traffic lights and symbols natin, di ba? So ano yung, pag tinanong sa board exam, ano yung acronym ninyo kapag tinanong ang traffic lights from top to bottom? Ano yung acronym nyo doon kapag top to bottom? Kapag top to bottom, ano yung acronym nyo doon kapag sinabi niya what is yung sa traffic lights natin? Traffic lights. Okay. From top to bottom. Okay, so anong acronym nyo doon? Of course, that is RAG, di ba? RAG. Okay, so ibig sabihin, red, amber, and green. Okay, so pag tanong niya naman from bottom to top, ano naman ang acronym nyo? Bottom to top. What is your acronym, class, kapag bottom to top? GAR. Okay, GAR naman yan. Ibig sabihin, green, green, amber, or red. Kapag wala si amber doon, kapag nandun si yellow, yun yung sagot ninyo. Okay, so pag sinabi niya is steady red. Okay, steady red. Anong ibig sabihin ng steady red? Anong indication ng steady red, class?
Stop, sir.
Okay, of course, that is to stop at designated or stop at designated lane. How about naman pag sinabi nating steady green?
Go.
Okay, of course, that is to go. Okay, then of course, how about yung steady amber or yung tinatawag natin na yellow? Ano naman
Ready,
yung
sir.
sabihin?
Ready.
Okay, that is ready. Ano ba yung pinaka-term natin doon? Prepare to stop. Okay, of course, yung tawag natin din, class, is yield or prepare to stop. Okay, nakuha ba? Okay, so ang tanong natin, parehas ba yung traffic lights and symbols natin sa ibang bansa or sa Pilipinas? Parehas ba yan? Parehas ba, class? Wala na kayo.
Yes, sir.
Parehas. Okay, sige. Okay, so
So, paano pag, sir, halimbawa, intersection, tas, doon ka na
yes.
sa gitna, pero ang kulay ng, sir, yellow. Yun, naka-yellow.
Yellow.
Pwede pa rin po bang mag-go yung, sir, kung andun ka na sa pinakauna na traffic na dun sa pagtawid, sir?
Okay. Nasa intersection ka na pero nag-yellow.
Yes, sir.
Biglang nag-yellow doon. Pero kapag ano yan, siguro basta ang iiwasan na doon is yung beating the, di ba? Beating the red light. Ano yun? So dapat kapag beating the red light, so bawal yan yung, diretso-diretso ka pa rin kahit naka-red light na. So diretso-diretso ka pa rin, that is not allowed. Pero kapag halimbawa, hindi maiwasan na sa nasa intersection ka tapos nag-yellow, so pwede rin yan na dumiretso ka na tapos prepare to stop naman kasi ang yellow. Pwede yon. Pero kapag beating the red light, of course, hindi yan pwede. Pero sa board exam, hindi na yan nila itatanong kasi marami pa kasi imposible na itanong. Pero in case na naman, kapag ganun, hindi naman basta naka-yellow, prepare to stop na yan, 'di ba? So pwede pa yan kapag accidentally na sa ka. Pero ang mga ngayon, ang mga traffic lights after ng 100, after noon, nagbumabalik na naman sa 1, 'di ba? Flashing yellow, slow down and proceed when clear. Yes, tama. Kapag flashing yellow, of course, mag-prepare ka na mag-slow down prepare to yield, ibig sabihin, prepare ka to stop. Ano lang, dahan-dahan. So,
Yung no contact apprehension, sir. Nag-a-apply pa yun sa Philippines po, sir.
yung ano?
No contact apprehension po, sir.
Ano yon? Ano yon? Paki-explain.
Yung yung sa beating the red light, sir eh.
Oh,
Halimbawa,
beating the...
magre-renew ka, sir.
Oo.
Kapag nag-beat ka ng red light, sir, doon mo na lang malalaman na walang totally na nanghuhuli sa sir eh. As pag
Okay.
mag-renew ka, sir, doon mo
Oo.
na lang malalaman na may violation ka. Yun,
May
sir,
violation ka.
nag-apply pa
Unless,
po kayo sa
unless na lang, na-apply pa yan, pero sa Pilipinas hindi naman tayo masyadong high-tech, di ba? Unless na lang meron siyang, di ba meron na ngayon yung high-tech na, lalo
May
na sa
CCTV na
kung may,
sir.
may CCTV na ngayon. So, kaya mas madali na lang malalaman. Pero dapat i-inform ka niyan. Dapat i-inform ka na meron kang violation. Pero di ba ang nangyari, during your renewal, doon mo na malalaman na meron kang, meron
yes,
kang
sir, yes.
tawag nito, meron kang violations. Kapag hindi wala kang magagawa, di ba? Kapag magtumigas ka doon, hindi ka ma-renew pa rin kapag di ba? So, kaya sa Pilipinas, hindi rin natin alam. Pero kasi sa US or sa ibang bansa, very strict sila doon, di ba? May love letter ka kaagad-agad. Agad-agad meron ng love letter na you beat the red light or may na violate ka kasi kahit saan may camera doon. Tapos sa Pilipinas, 'di ba, ang sa atin is tented, 'di ba, yung sa ibang bansa, 'di ba, sa US or sa Europe, bawal ang tented doon, 'di ba? Kapag lalo na sa harapan, ang dapat doon, ang ginagamit nila yung normal lang na salamin na sasakyan. Bawal yung tented unlike sa Pilipinas, 'di ba? Hindi mo malalaman kung sino yung nasa loob. So yan. So sabi ni Sir Victor, flashing yellow, slow down and proceed with clear. Then flashing red naman, stop and proceed with clear. Tama. Okay, yan yung class. Pero alam niyo naman yan kasi motorist naman kayo. Kapag gano'n ang mga tanungan, madali niyo yung sagutin kasi practical naman yan, di ba? Okay, so pag sinabi nating single white lines class, single white line, anong indication yan? Pag sinabi nating single white line, allowed ba ang overtaking or hindi kapag single white line?
Allowed to overtake, sir.
Okay, so overtaking is allowed when, of course, when it is clear, diba? When clear ang daan, so that is single white line. How about yung single continuous, continuous line? Ano ibig sabihin ng single continuous line, class? Ano naman ang indication niyan?
Prohibited to cross, sir. Anong white? Anong continuous line, sir? Yellow or white?
Single continuous line. Walang nakalagay.
Prohibited to cross, sir.
Okay. Pwede ba mag-overtake, class, kapag single continuous line? Sure ka? Yes or no?
Bawal sir.
Okay. So, that is wrong. Overtaking is only allowed kailan? When there is no incoming or oncoming oncoming vehicles. May nagsumagot ba dito? Okay, so tama yan. Martin, no coming vehicles. Okay, so yun yung general rule natin, class, kapag single continuous line, whether it is a yellow or whether it is a white. Okay, of course, pag sinabi nating single continuous line, it is not safe to pass, di ba? Okay. How about naman pag sinabi niya double continuous line? Okay, kapag double continuous line naman, class, ano yung namang indication yan, class?
Strictly prohibited to overtake, sir.
Okay, of course, class, kapag double continuous line, of course, hindi yan talaga totally. Overtaking is not totally allowed. Is not allowed. Nakuha ba? Nakuha niyo na? Okay, so yan, class, ang kaiba niya, ang pag sinabi nating Kapag sinabi nating single continuous line overtaking is only allowed when there is oncoming or no oncoming vehicles class, it is not safe to pass. Ang double continuous line naman overtaking is not allowed. Ang single white line overtaking is allowed when clear. How about naman class kapag broken white lines? Kapag broken, ano ibig sabihin ng pag broken naman class? Kapag broken,
Overtaking is allowed, sir.
okay, kapag broken, of course, overtaking is allowed. Yun yung mga simple, no? Sa simple,
Sir, paano pag ganito, sir? May solid yellow lane tapos may broken
solid.
white lane.
may
Saan
solid,
po dito yung
may solid,
may solid yellow lane, single solid
Tapos?
yellow lane, tapos may broken white
may
lane.
broken white.
Pwede po bang mag-overtake yun, sir?
Parang wala pa ako nakitang ganun na may solid double line, yellow lane, tapos may broken. Parang wala naman. May nakita ba kayo? Parang wala ako nakita eh.
Single solid yellow lane, sir. Tapos may kasama siyang broken white lane, sir.
Saan ang broken white lane?
Nasa right side, sir.
Nasa right
At
side.
At sa left side.
Tapos ano ba ang broken white lane sa center, tapos yung left and right yung solid yellow lane. Tama ba?
Hindi, parang dalawang lane lang, sir. Isang solid yellow lane sa left at ang kasama niya sa right, broken white lane, sir.
Broken white lane.
Sa mga merging nun, meron sir, bawal ka pag yung solid yellow lane sir, bawal ka pumasok dun sa pag magle-left.
Okay. Okay, so bawal ka pumasok doon sa may doon. Sa mga merging lang 'yan.
Yes sir, pare sa mga flyover sir, yung
Sa
pagpababa ka,
flyover. Oo.
mga ganun sir, meron nun sir.
Ang nasa right line ang allowed mag-overtake. Kung saan tama, kung saan yung broken, doon ka allowed mag-overtake. Kapag sa left mo
Yes
ang
sir,
solid, na diretso-diretso, of course,
bawal ka pumasok sir.
bawal ka pumasok. Parang sa ganun lang siguro yon. Pero sa board exam, hindi naman yun yung tatanungin. Ang tatanungin doon, class, ang pinaka-basic lang na understanding. Yung solid white line, solid double yellow lane, parang ganun. So, kapag ganun, yun lang naman ang tatanungin. Dapat yun lang yung ma-master ninyo, class. Basic understanding na kasi ang tinetest nila doon kapag alam mo paano ba. Pero kapag motorist naman kayo or nagda-drive kayo, alam na alam niyo yun, 'di ba? So then mamaya i-ano natin yung may right of way, kung sino yung may right of way natin. Okay, so of first class yung natin kapag sa loob or sa traffic, kapag nandyan si traffic enforcer, nandyan yung traffic lights, and of course yung traffic symbols natin na meron. Ang susundin palagi, again, nasa taas palagi si tinatawag natin na traffic officer, di ba? Tama? Then followed by traffic lights, and of course yung pinakalas in the hierarchy is yung traffic symbols na meron tayo. Kasi hindi naman yan magpapagitna si traffic enforcer kapag okay yung traffic. So, i-disregards nyo ang traffic light kapag nandyan si traffic enforcer na nagmaman ng traffic. Ibig sabihin, kahit merong traffic lights dyan, hindi na nasa ayos ang flow ng traffic. Kaya mag-i-intervene na ngayon ang traffic enforcer. So, may tanong yan sa board exam. Ang sinagot nila, traffic lights daw ang susundin. O, diba? So, kasi nga, hindi nila alam yung hierarchy ng traffic sa Pilipinas. Okay? So, yan class ang very important. Pero palaging lumalabas to sa board exam. Yung mga pinaka-basic lang. Tapos yung tatlo, di ba? Steady red, steady green, steady amber or yellow, and so on. Tapos hindi pa masasagot o medyo delikado yan kapag basic understanding lang yung kailangan ninyo sa board exam. Okay, kapag sinabi nating flashing yellow, kapag flashing yellow class, ano ibig sabihin ng flashing yellow? Nakalimutan ko na natin. Flashing yellow. Okay, kapag flashing yellow, ano yan? Ano ibig sabihin ng flash? What is flashing yellow? Okay, na-type kanina ni sir eh. Bring vehicle to stop at designated line. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, bring vehicle to stop at designated line. Designated line. How about naman class pag sinabi nating flashing, sorry daw. Sorry, flashing red pala to. Flashing red, sorry. Then we have how about flashing yellow? Flashing yellow, what is flashing yellow? Yield sign. Okay, of course, that is yield sign. Ibig sabihin, prepare to stop. Okay, how about naman yung flashing green? What is flashing green? What is flashing green? Okay, what is flashing green class? Anong indication or ano yung ibig sabihin kapag there's a flashing green? Permitted to go through. Okay, so ibig sabihin vehicles facing the signal are permitted to go. To turn left. So ano na lang, ilagay natin to go through na lang para mas madali. Okay, so yan class ang tinatawag natin na bakit na no, maliit no. Okay, that is the ano natin sa signal. Okay, so again, ang private that is MP green plate, ang for hire naman yellow plate, ang red, ang government is red, diplomat that is sana yung ano natin. Nawala. Okay, so wait lang. Okay, so diplomat is blue. Ang commemorative plate naman to honor the organization. Ang commemorative plate ba class, ano yan? Lifetime yan or ano lang yan? Kailan ba yan mag-expired ang commemorative plate? Kailan? Of course, ano lang yan, that is, ano lang yan hindi yan siya permanent. So actually, ano lang yan, in-honor lang yan sa organization. Then we have the traffic lights from top to bottom, red, amber, and green. From bottom to top, gar, green, amber, and red. Then ang steady red, that is stop. Steady green, go. Steady amber, prepare to stop or yield. Flashing red, bring vehicle to stop at designated line. Flashing yellow, yield sign. Flashing green, vehicles facing the signal permitted to go through or to turn left. Then single white line, overtaking is allowed when clear. Single continuous line, overtaking is only allowed when there is oncoming vehicles or not. It is not safe to pass. Then double continuous line, overtaking is not allowed. Okay, nakuha ba? Okay na. Paki-screenshot muna, paki-screenshot para ano ninyo, pakilagay doon sa ating ano. Okay, so yan. So okay, next tayo. I-erase natin to class okay lang ba para mag-proceed tayo, i-proceed ano natin yung chain of events. Okay. So i-continue natin class. Nag-end tayo kanina sa maximum engagement. So dito kapag there is a maximum engagement, ibig sabihin, 'di ba, may collision or nagsalpukan. So there is a disengagement. Ibig sabihin, it is the separation of a traffic unit. Ibig sabihin yung sasakyan or yung any object kung saan sila nag-collide in motion from an object with this has collided. So the force between the object ceases at this time. So actually class, November to December 2019 board exam question, lumabas ang disengagement. Last February 2024, ano yung lumabas, Sir Victor? Dito sa chain of events natin. Ano yung lumabas? Kasi itong 2019, ang lumabas is yung disengagement. I'm not sure kasi sa traffic, kasi hindi ko nakita ang ano dito, ang question ng February 2024, initial contact. So, ang initial contact, So baka baka next time ang nila, 'di ba? Baka maximum engagement na naman ang tanong nila. Okay, so yan ang tinatawag natin. Okay na? So yan ang disengagement. Okay, that is the separation of a traffic unit. Okay na? Then of course, stopping. This is when the traffic units involved come to rest. So this usually stabilizes the accident situation. Stopping. Na-stabilize na siya. Then of course, ang injury, it is receiving bodily harm. So this event does not necessarily occur after the accident, but within any of the chain of events. So it also happened right after the evasive action taken by the drivers involved or during the initial contact. Okay, so yan yung natin class, yung chain of events. So baka next board exam or yung sa time ninyong class, ang lalabas na dito is the disengagement kasi nandito sa TOS nakalagay, 'di ba, yung chain of events. So hindi yan siya talaga mawawala. So posible kasi lumabas na yung initial contact, tama ba, sir? Ano? Tapos perception of hazard hindi pa lumalabas. So stopping, injury and other events siguro. So yan. So posible. So in case na lalabas at lalabas yan. Okay, so yan. Pakibasa muna ulit, Sir Anthony Valencia.
Coach.
Okay, pakibasa muna.
Disengagement. It is the separation of a traffic unit in motion from an object which has collided. The force between the objects cases at this time. Stopping. This is when the traffic units involved come to rest. It's usually stabilize the accident situation. Injury, it is the receiving bodily harm. This event does not necessarily occur after the accident but within any of the chain of events. It may also happen right now after the evasive action taken by the drivers involved or during the initial contact.
Okay, so yan class ang natin sa chain of events. Then we have the 10 commandments of traffic. Una, we have keep right. So keep right, ibig sabihin, 2 lanes, 2 ways. In case of one way is left lane shall be the fast lane and the slow lane is the right. Okay, so ang rules of right-of-way under section 42 to 44 of Republic Act 4136 provides the rules on giving the right-of-way. Okay, so yan, wait na. Wait na pa sa iya. Okay, so again, ulitin natin. So again, ang 10 commandments of traffic, yes, sige, si Sir Giaman. So una, keep right. So always class, keep right, 2 lanes, 2 ways. Sa Pilipinas, ano ba yung natin? Saan ba nakafocus or saan ba situated ang manibela? Saan nakafocus ang manibela? Sa right ba or left?
Left, sir.
Left. Ano tayo? Left driving or right driving? Okay, left. Okay, 'di ba yung mga sasakyan or mga vehicle, 'di ba, sa ibang bansa, yung nila, yung manibela nila doon nasa right, 'di ba? Okay, nasa right. So kaya yung pagdating dito sa Pilipinas, kapag bumili tayo sa ibang bansa, 'di ba, pinapaano natin para remodel, para ma-transfer doon. Kasi left driving tayo. Sa kanila, right driving sila. Sa yung part na yung sa may sa may Middle East ba? Tama? Middle East sa Japan rin. So kaya pagdating dito ng mga sasakyan nila na nanggaling doon, pinapa-remodel yan kasi pina-transfer. Kasi ano sila doon, right driving. Tayo, left driving. Okay, pero of course, ang 10 commandments of traffic is always keep right. Okay, always keep right. That is the rules of right of way. Pag sinabi nating right of way class, what is right of way? What is right of way? Okay, so ayan, right of way. So ayan, simple ano lang yan. Pero palagi lumalabas. Pag sinabi nating right of way, ano yon? Bakit walang ano? What is right of way? Okay, karapatan mo mauna. Okay, of course, pag sinabi natin right of way, that is the privilege or that is your right. Okay, to go first, di ba? So that is your right of way. So mamaya iba-iba yung right of way na meron tayo. So then, of course, the observe road courtesy, yield to emergency vehicle, pedestrian, trains, a vehicle with right of way, vehicles ahead, large vehicles, active traffic vehicles with momentum, straight traffic, and traffic signs. So ibig sabihin there is a courtesy kapag yung mga emergency vehicles, yun yung mga ambulance, yung mga may papatawid na pedestrians, di ba? Dapat mag-slow down ka muna or patawirin mo. Pero sa Pilipinas, kahit nasa pedestrian lanes ka, sasagasaan ka, di ba? So, only in the Philippines yung ganun. So, that is dapat merong you observe road courtesy. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, paunahin muna yung may mga right of way, hindi yung galing ka sa Market Road, tapos yung isa is transversing, ibig sabihin, nagpa-travel doon sa may National Highway, yung pinaka-main highway. Tapos ikaw pa yung may gana, di ba? Na na sabihin mo na ikaw yung nauna. So, kahit nauna ka kasi nga approaching yung binabaybay niya ngayon ng National Highway, sino may karapatan? Of course, ikaw na doon sa main road. Tapos yung isa galing sa Barangay Road. So, siya yung may karapatan at yung sa National Highway. Okay, dapat observe road courtesy. Pero class kahit may kahit may right of way tayo na tinatawag, still, it's up to you, di ba? Kung minsan nagbibigay kayo ng way. Kahit nandun ka sa National Highway, kahit nakita mo na transversing siya galing sa Barangay Road or sa mga municipal roads. So, binibigyan mo ng right of way. Ibig sabihin, pwede kang mauna. Okay lang yan. Kasi nga, that is a road courtesy. Nakuha ninyo? Pero, I'm sure dito sa inyo, hindi kayo nagbibigay ng kapag ganun. Kasi sa attitude ninyo. Pero minsan, dapat nyo rin, isipin nyo rin. Kasi rin yan road courtesy. Although alam mo yung batas, still, nasa sa'yo pa rin, di ba? O sige, mauna ka na muna, di ba? Baka nagmamadali sila or hindi yung, ka, siga or wala kang, ayaw mong pagbigyan. So, pangit rin kapag ano. Okay, that is the observed road courtesy. Then, prohibited parking. Okay, so of course, ang parking is prohibited class. Pakibasa ulit. Si Ma'am Carmina Madrona. Parang first time ko narinig pangalan ni Ma'am Carmina dito sa klase natin. Or ngayon lang siya naka-attend? Wala? Okay. How about si Christian Yadaw? Christian Yadaw? Nandiyan si Christian.
Yes,
Sige. Pakibasa yung mga prohibited parkings.
Kasi ako sa'yo.
Sige. Okay lang. Okay, so next, si Sir Yadaw.
Prohibited parking. Places where parking is prohibited near an intersection, crosswalk, pedestrian lane, within 6 meters from driveway of any response installation, fire hydrant, and private roads. Double parking, sidewalks, alleys, foot of the bridge, places where unofficial signs are posted.
Okay, so nasusunod ba to class? Nasusunod ba or hindi? Sa tingin ninyo, palagi kong nakikita palagi is yung double parking, di ba? May nakapark dito sa left, may nakapark dito sa right, so, di ba? So, that is not allowed, di ba? So, pero nasusunod ba yan? Parang hindi. parang hindi nasusunod, no? Yung double parking na yan, di ba? So, yan palagi yung nakikita naka-double parking. Sabi ko, hindi naman pwede yan. Pero wala tayong magagawa. Nasa Pilipinas tayo. Pero kapag nasa ibang bansa siguro, automatic meron charges na yon, di ba? So una, near an intersection. Yung iba nga, nagpo-park sa intersection na mismo, di ba? O crosswalk or pedestrian lane. Nandun mismo, nagpo-park sa pedestrian lane. Hindi nakapag-seminar siguro yun or nakapag-seminar pero ang tigas na ng ulo. So within 6 meters from a driveway of any response installation, fire hydrant, and private roads. So di ba, yung mga, kapag may mga fire hydrants in class, 6 meters away, dapat hindi ka pwede mag-park doon. Double parking. Ito talaga yung ano, no? Ito talaga yung palaging na-encounter natin, double parking. Then sidewalks, alleys, foot of the bridge, then places where official signs are posted. So yun yung mga prohibited parking. Pero sa Pilipinas, parang hindi naman nasusunod to. Kaya ako lang ba nakakapansin or kayo rin? Okay, so yung double parking mostly, isang hanggang ano yun, isang kilometro, lahat ng sa left meron, sa right meron. So double parking. So yung mga prohibited parking pero sa board exam, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, ay, hindi na susunod sa Pilipinas, kaya ito yung sagot ko. Hindi. Magbe-base tayo sa batas niyan, di ba? Okay, kasi kapag ano ng ugali mo, hindi ka papasa sa board exam. So, dapat sundin natin kung ano yung nasa batas class. Okay, prohibited parking. Okay, so when in doubt, do not overtake. So again, pang-apat, when in doubt, do not overtake. Ibig sabihin, overtaking lane is the lane to the left of overtaken vehicle going in the same direction. Overtaking vehicle is the privileged vehicle. Okay, so overtaking lane is the lane to the left. So when in doubt, class, do not overtake. Kapag feeling mo may maraming sumusunod na sasakyan dyan, so do not overtake kasi masisira ang buhay mo. Okay, so yan class ang when in doubt, do not overtake. Okay, so yan class ang ano natin. Very very important yan ang when in doubt, do not overtake. So next, we have number 5, the bus stop rule. Okay, the buses queue up in a single file in their order arrival. Lead bus moving toward the center of the column, the buses lining on the bus stop zone and remain until zone is filled with buses but longer than 3 minutes. So, ang kanilang maximum class is 3 minutes lang yung bus stop, no? Ang bus stop rule natin. So, yan, 3 minutes. Then, rule to prevent or untangle traffic jams. To keep lanes and intersection open in heavy and slow traffic to avoid overtaking. In a construction, vehicles should merge alternately. So, di ba kapag may nagko-construction dyan, so merong mga merges na mangyayari. So that is keep rule to prevent untangled traffic. Then number 7, observe traffic management measures. Observe and obey traffic notices, signs like notices and pavement markings. Ibig sabihin yung mga no overtaking, no U-turn. Pero pag sa Pilipinas, palaging nag-U-turn, di ba? So, kaya palagi nag-U-turn kahit hindi naman allowed to U-turn. So, kaya that is the measures na dapat sundin. Observe traffic notices like no pavements or yung mga pavement markings and signs and symbols, hindi na susunod. Tapos no parking, doon pa nag-park. So that is the traffic management measures. Number 8, the philosophy of Pinoy driver, di ba? Motorists should observe equity of the lead vehicle, doctrine of the last clear chance on rotonda. Okay, so yan class ang the philosophy of the Pinoy driver. Okay, so yan. So motorists should observe equity of the lead vehicle. Okay, last clear chance to rotonda. So nakikita naman kayo ng rotonda, no? Then number 8, on pedestrian, keep off the roadway except when crossing on crosswalk. Wait, embark, and alight at the bus or jeepney stop. Then number 10, the international safety reminder class of traffic, always safety first. Actually, tinanong na to yung number 10 na to. Tinanong what is the international safety reminder. Ang sagot nila, keep right. Okay. So medyo delikado, no? Kapag hindi mo alam to, hindi na-discuss sa inyo. Again, class, the international safety reminder na meron tayo is always safety first. Nawa? Hindi keep right. Okay, number 1 ang keep right class sa traffic commandments na meron tayo. Again, sa the international safety reminder natin, always safety first. Nakuha ba? Okay na kuha, class? Okay na? Okay, nandyan ko naman kayo, di ba? Anong oras na ba? Ay, magna-9 na pala. Pero tapusin natin lang muna to kasi sayang na. Okay, sige. Next tayo. Okay, so we have the key terms. Of course, ang motor vehicle, any device which is self-propelled, and every vehicle which is by electric power obtained from overhead trolley wires but not operated upon rails. The event, an event on the road which characterizes the manner of occurrence of a motor vehicle traffic accident. Ang mga debris, ibig sabihin the scattered broken parts, kung titingnan niyo class, nandun sa ating QS, nabanggit ito ng debris. The scattered broken parts of vehicles, rubbish, dust, and other materials left at the scene of the accident caused by a collision. Kapag di ba, ano siya, there is a collision, ibig sabihin napungguan, yung mga parts ng mga sasakyan is nagkahiwalay. So that is the debris. Then skid marks naman, those are marks left on the roadway by tires, which are not free to rotate, usually because the brakes are applied strong and the wheels are locked. Okay, so again, ang skid marks, not free to rotate because of the wheels are locked. Ang scuff marks naman, wheels are locked but free to rotate or still rotating. Okay, that is the key terms na tayo. Then we have the traffic unit. Ang traffic unit is any person using the traffic way for the purpose of travel. Of course, tayo yon. Hazard, of course, that is generated where there is a critical space in motion. Okay, so halimbawa, a curve in the path is a hazard. Another traffic unit in path is a hazard. Ibig sabihin yung mga risk or posibleng accident na mangyayari. Then, safe speed. Of course, ang safe speed class kapag, ano, di ba? So, a curve ahead is a hazard and safe speed for which is be taken comfortably. Yung ano lang, yung kalmado or kung yung speed na yan is makakaabot ka sa bahay niyo, that is a safe speed. You are comfortable away or kumbaga malayo sa accident. Then strategy, of course, the adjusting of speed, position on the road, and the direction of motion. Okay, to avoid yung potential hazards. Then tactic, okay, any action taken by the traffic unit to avoid the hazardous situation like steering, braking, or accelerating to avoid collision or other accident. Then impact, di ba? Kapag na-accident class, that striking of one body against another or a collision of a motor vehicle with another motor vehicle. Then contact damage, the damage to a vehicle resulting from direct pressure of some foreign object. Okay, that is contact damage. Then factor, any circumstances that will result without of course, yung mga factors class, yung motor, yung ano ba, masyado bang lumang sasakyan or yung driver masyadong nag-overspeed. Okay, that is factor. Primary cause, of course, that is the obvious or the easily explained factor because of the cause of the accident. Slippery ang road pero masyadong mabilis or hindi nagpa-follow ng traffic signs, symbols, and traffic lights, primary cause. Very obvious, di ba? Then, of course, the combination of simultaneous and sequential factors. Attribute, that is the inherent characteristics of the road, the vehicle, or a person that affects the probability of traffic accident. Masyado siyang feeling artista, no? Or feeling 7 ang kanyang life. May attribute rin yan. Ang ibig sabihin, yan yung cause ng accident or masyado siyang masyadong maraming tinapay. Okay, that is attribute class. That will probability na it mag-apekto yan para makakommit or maka-create ng traffic accident. Then modifier, a circumstance that alters an attribute of permanently or temporarily. Okay, dito na tayo class. So we have Republic Act number 10586. It is an act penalizing the persons driving under the influence of alcohol, dangerous drugs, and other similar substances. So, ang tinatawag rin natin yan, class, na Anti-Drunk and Drug Driving Act of 2013. So, familiar ba kayo dito? Are you familiar with this law? Or ngayon nyo lang narinig? Ngayon yun lang ba narinig?
Nadinig na dati, sir.
Narinig nyo na? Okay, sige. Ano tayo? I-explain natin. Okay, familiar lang. Okay, sige, familiar. Okay, sige, okay lang yan. Okay, so of course, we have the alcohol. So pag sinabi natin alcohol dito, class, it refers to alcoholic beverages such as wine, distilled spirits, the consumption of which produces intoxication. Of course, ang class, alcohol is the, ano ba yung iniinom ninyo, class? Methyl alcohol or ethyl alcohol?
Ethyl, sir.
Methyl? Methyl or ethyl? Ethyl, of course, di ba? So, hindi mo naman pwedeng inumin ng methyl, di ba? Kasi gas yun. Okay, so yan, class. Dito tayo. Next. Ethyl, sir, drink lang. Okay, so hindi yung... may nagtanong doon, sir, bakit iinumin mo ang ethyl alcohol? Yung ginagamit natin. Sabi ko yung ethyl alcohol, brand lang yun dito sa Pilipinas. Yung for external use lang yun. Pag sa labas lang yun sa mga taong-tao ko sa estudyante. Methyl daw ang iniinom niya. So, iniinom mo yung gas. Okay? Kaya medyo delikado kapag ganun, class. Kaya tanan nyo, yan, yung alcohol plus ethyl ang iniinom niyo ha. So, hindi yung methyl. Gas kasi yung methyl. Okay, next. We have the blood alcohol concentration or the BAC. It refers to the measure of amount of alcohol in the person's blood. Ilang percentage, class, na matatawag natin the person is already intoxicated or lasing na siya? Ilang percentage? Ilang percentage? Walang nakakaalam or baka nakatulog na kayo ha? Nagutom na ba kayo?
80 yata, sir, yung moderate na sa sir.
Grabe, 80. Patay na yun eh. Kapag 80, 0.80%. Ilang percent that? Ilan?
0.15.
0.15? Sure kayo? Okay. Sabi ni Feliciano, si Russell, 0.5. Alam na ni Russell Kasi siguro expert to. Expert po si Russell. So mamaya titignan natin kung 0.15, 0.5. Grabe naman yung 0.80 class, mamamatay ka na nun. Okay, malalaman natin mamaya kung ano yung ano. Of course, class, hindi tayo dito yung ano lang natin. Naka-base tayo sa batas, okay? Medyo delikado yung 0.80, patay na yun kapag ganun. Sabi ni Russell, 0.5, sabi na naman is 0.15. Pero magbe-base tayo dito sa back or sa blood alcohol concentration test. The amount of alcohol in person's blood. Okay, so tingnan natin dito mamaya kung ilan ang ano natin. So ang breath analyzer, of course, that is also known as alcohol breath analyzer or ABA, it refers to the equipment which can determine the back level of person through the testing of his breath. Yung kanyang breathing. Then ang chemical test, of course, pwedeng to breathing, saliva, urine, or blood test to determine the blood or the black level of a person's body. Then, of course, we have the driving under the influence of alcohol or DOIA. It refers to the act of operating a motor vehicle while the driver's back level has, after subjected, of course, yung meron tayong established guidelines, class, ng DOH, ng NAPOLCOM, and of course, the DOTC. So, ang rules na yon, a driver of a private motor vehicle with a gross vehicle weight of not exceeding 4,500 kilograms, dapat a back of 0.05% or higher shall be conclusive proof that the said driver is driving under the influence of alcohol. Nakuha? Kapag mga drivers naman ng trucks, yung mga buses or motorcycles, and yung mga PUVs or public utility vehicles, a back of more than 0.0%, halimbawa 0.1, shall be conclusive proof that the said driver is driving under the influence of alcohol. Nakuha ba? Nakuha ninyo, class? Okay, so dapat 1% 0.1 or more than 1%, 0%. Then kapag sa 4,500 kilograms naman na dinadrive nila, so dapat 0.05%. Hindi 80% ka sa patay na kayo nun kapag 80% ang na-intake nyo na alcohol sa katawan ninyo. Fatal na yon. Okay. Paki-screenshot muna ito.
Comatose, ano sir?
Comatose. Kapag comatose siguro na sa ano na yan, yung mga sige lang mamaya, i-send ko na lang yung back level. Meron naman akong copy dito na back level para makita ninyo. I-send ko na lang sa GC.
Ano yung mga types ng ano sir, ng police para ma-identify kung lasing yung driver?
Ano yun sila? Ano?
May mga iba't ibang klase po ba ng pag-identify kung lasing yung driver sir? Halimbawa sa
ito, yung breath analyzer. Ito, breath analyzer. Then of course, we have the chemical test. Ayan, na-explain na natin yung breath analyzer. Then, chemical test. Pwedeng saliva, pwedeng urine, or pwedeng blood buklas. Malalaman kung ano ka. Pero ang pinakamabilis dyan is yung breath analyzer. Ano?
Standing one leg.
Standing one leg. Mamaya, i-explain pa natin. Kalma lang muna.
Yes, sir.
Sige. Wait lang, i-send ko muna yung back level natin. Save the photos. Okay, so sige, mamaya ko na lang yan. Yung mga standing one leg na nasa last part ng batas na to, class. Okay na ba tayo dito? Dito sa presentation? Okay na? Bakit wala na kayo? Baka nag-standing one leg na kayo dyan. Nag-standing one leg. Wala pa naman? Okay, so next tayo. Okay, so of course, we have the driving under the influence of drugs naman or other similar substances. So it refers to the act of operating a motor vehicle while the driver, after being subjected to a confirmatory test, as mandated in this act, found to be positive for use of any dangerous drug. Any dangerous drugs. Ang tawag di ba natin doon?
Nakamute ka po sir.
Ay, nakamute ako? Sorry. Thank you. Ay, parang hindi naman.
Sir, okay na sir.
Okay na. Kasi nangyari yan during my presentation doon sa masters ko. Nagma-masters ako dati sa University of Baguio. 1 hour ako nagsasalita, yun pala, wala na nakikinig sa akin, nawala na pala ako sa meeting, di ba? Natapos ko yung presentation ko, pero sila, 15 minutes lang pala nilang pinapakinggan, kaya medyo delikado, lalo kapag online, di ba? Hindi naman nila sinabi sa akin na wala na pala ako doon sa meeting. Nalaman ko na lang nung tapos ng presentation ko. Hinahanap na ako sa GC kasi hindi naman ako nagano sa GC kaya medyo delikado yun. So ayan, that is driving under the influence of dangerous drugs. Then we have the drug screening test. Of course, that is a rapid test class. Pag rapid, ibig sabihin mabilisan, di ba? Parang yung sa COVID-19, i-rapid test agad-agad nandiyan na yung result. It is performed to establish the potential or presumptive positive result on the presence of dangerous drugs in a person's body. Pero kapag rapid test class, it is not factual or it is not 100% accurate. Kaya isa-subject pa yan sa confirmatory test. Nakuha? Okay, then of course, we have the drug confirmatory test. That is an analytical test using a gas chromatography or the mass spectroscopy to validate and confirm the result of the drug screening test. Okay, kasi ang rapid test, hindi yan factual, sabi ko, kaya isa-subject pa yan sa confirmatory test kung positive ba talaga siya or negative sa dangerous drug. Then we have the drug recognition evaluator or the DRE to a law enforcement officer trained and deputized by the ELTO to conduct the drug recognition protocol. So drug recognition evaluator class, baka malay nyo, lalabas to, di ba? So, ayan, class, kinakandak yan ng mga deputized by the LTO. Then we have the Drug Recognition Protocol or the DRP. Sorry, it refers to the standardized and systematic method of determining whether a person is driving under the influence of dangerous drugs and other similar substances. That is to determine yan yung standards and operations or the system or the method class to determine whether the person is driving under the influence of drugs. Yung iba, di ba, para magising sila, mostly, ang may nagkakaso dyan palagi class yung mga, mga driver na mga Yung mga delivery, ano pa?
Malayo nga biyahe, sir.
Yes, yung malalayo na biyahe,
Tapos
yung
dagko
may
ang
mga bus.
sakyanan.
Oh, 'di ba? Mostly sila yung gumagamit niyan. Kaya ganon ang purpose ng drug recognition protocol. Ang pinaka ano class, ang pinaka protocol dapat kapag mga long distance travel, ano ba, driver ka ng bus tapos 14 hours or 10 hours, dapat may kapalitan 'yan. Kaya nung pumunta kami 'di ba dati sa Camarines Norte, yung nabangga, nawasak talaga yung likod ng bus namin, mabuti hindi na hulog sa bangin. Kasi nga, yung delivery van or yung delivery yung mga panel ng tawag natin, di ba? Yung nagde-deliver ng mga goods sa mga mga 5 hours siguro or 10 hours ko siguro yung biyahe niya. Pero mag-isa lang siya. Di ba? Hindi allowed yan. Dapat may kapalitan sila para in case na makaidlip. Siguro nakaidlip yun. Tapos na ano niya na lang. Kaya kawawa rin siya eh. Kasi dumating ang police, dumating ang fire, lahat-lahat. Kasi yun. Kaya naantala yung pagdating ko doon sa lugar na yon. Kasi 2 hours pa namin hinintay yung bus na papalit na sasakyan namin ulit. Pero sa akin, kaya pala sabi ko bakit nagkakagulo na sila. Sa akin, kalma lang ako kasi wala ka namang magagawa doon eh. Kasi ano na eh, nandyan na yung accident. Eh. Accident kasi is, ano 'di ba, hindi mo maiwasan. Tapos naman nung last na nung galing ako ng Legazpi sa Albay. Pagdating ko sa ano yun, pagdating sa tawag nito, sa malapit sa Cubao. Sino ba yung malapit sa Cubao dito, class? Malapit sa Cubao, yung isa na masasakyan, nag-overtake, o, di ba? Kaya binangga na naman yung yung bus namin. Tapos ang time ng ng flight papunta balik ng Jensan is alas 9. Alas 8 nandun pa kami, nakipag-away pa yung may-ari ng sasakyan tapos yung bus. Kasalanan naman ng laman ng sasakyan yun. Pero parang parang Chinese. Kaya medyo grabe yung ano nila doon, yung ano nila. Kaya sa akin, pagdating doon sa may kinuha ko na yung yung luggage ko tapos parang tinakbo ko yung airport. Tamang-tama, pagdating ko doon na sila na nagbo-boarding. 5 minutes samang-tama, akala ko akala ko malate pero nakaabot pa rin. Pero kaya nga aksidente, di ba? Hindi mo maiiwasan yon. Tapos mainit rin ang ulo ng driver, mainit ang ulo ng nakabangga, di ba? Mas mainit pa yung ulo niya. Kaya medyo delikado. Grabe yun na yung mga sakay. Kaya akala ko malilate na ako sa Kaya accident kaya unprecedented. Ibig sabihin hindi mo ma-visualize na mangyayari pala, 'di ba? Then of course, we have the field sobriety test, that is to standardized test class to assess and determine intoxication, namely the eye test, occidental gaze, nystagmus, the walk and turn, and one leg stand. Ito class lumalabas to, yung field sobriety test, that is the standardized test to initially assess and determine intoxication. Diba? Maglakad ka nga or mag-standing one leg ka nga or walk and turn around. So that is the field sobriety test. To determine tandaan nyo to yung field sobriety test, baka lalabas to. That is standardized to test to initially assess and determine the intoxication test. Okay, nakuha ba? Nakuha ninyo? Okay. Okay, next. Then of course, we have ito yung mga class, yung sa may sobriety test, the eye test. It is the horizontal gazing, of course, or lateral jerking of the driver's eye as he is engages sideways following a moving object such as pen or tip of a pen held by the LTO from a distance of about 1 foot away from the face of the driver. So parang yun, parang iganon-ganon mo. Nakakita na ba kayo doon yung eye test? Kapag, di ba, kapag you are not under the influence of alcohol, so, syempre, masundan mo. Pero kapag, yung mata mo na nakadilat na, parang gano'n, di ba? Syempre, hindi mo masundan yun. That is also a preliminary class to determine na you are under the influence of alcohol while driving. Then, the walk and turn. It requires the driver to heel to toe along a straight line for 9 steps, turn at the end of and return to the point of origin without any difficulty, di ba? Okay, maglakad ka nga, then turn around, tapos kapag medyo ganun-ganun na, alam mo na, di ba? So, wala namang normal na without the influence of the, alcohol, di ba? Na straight or cross, na gano'n na, so nagpo-cross-cross na yung paglalakad niya. That is walk and turn. Okay, 9 steps. Then, tandaan nyo class, 9 steps kapag walk and turn. Baka itanong nila, medyo specific ang PRC. Then the one leg stand, okay, it requires the driver to stand on either right or left leg with both arms on the side. Okay, naano niya na ba to? Napagdaanan niya na ba to? So the driver is instructed to keep the foot raised above 6 inches off the ground for 30 seconds. Okay, so ang ganda, no? So huwag niyo kalimutan to yung eye test na ano tinatawag natin or the sobriety test na tinatawag natin. Okay, so yan. So the eye test. May question dito or napagdaanan niyo na ba to? Si Anthony, napagdaanan naman na Anthony?
Wala, sir. Wala pa
Wala
ko
pa.
galagaw kung bubog ko.
Ay, wala. Oh, di ba? Good boy, Sino ba
Dire lang sa balay, sir.
grabe, no? So, sige, eye test yan. Ang tawag natin dyan. Okay, eye test, walk and turn, and one leg stand. Preliminary lang yan, class, under yan sa sobriety test to determine yung, to assess rather, class, yung whether the person is experiencing or under the influence of alcohol while driving. Okay na po? So, yan. So, ang driver's education, of course, every applicant of a motor vehicle of a driver's license shall complete a course of instruction that provides information on the safe driving, including but not limited to the consumption of alcoholic beverages, on the ability of a person to operate a motor vehicle, hazards of driving under the influence of alcohol, dangerous drugs, and other similar substances, module for driver's education. Of course, question for this module will also be included in the written examination of a license application. Pero ang nangyayari sa Pilipinas, naka-fixer. Okay, so di ba? For professional drivers, every applicant of the driver's license and those applying for renewal shall undergo driver's education herein stated. So the training course for the applicants and drivers have, whether new or renewal, shall be implemented uniformly nationwide and shall include the impact of alcohol, the drugs, fatigue, and distracted driving. Kapag fatigue, class, ibig sabihin, nasobrahan ang pagod, di ba? Kapag sumanta ka, dapat mapahinga rin. And distracted driving, mamaya i-explain ko rin ang distracted driving on the driver's performance as well as on the penalties attached for violation thereof. Ang distracted driving class, yung, di ba, parang nagka-text, tumatawag, and so on. Mamaya i-explain natin further. So letter C, the driver's license written examination shall include the question concerning the effects of alcohol and drug intoxication and the ability of the person to operate a motor vehicle. Then any violation from the provisions of the purpose. So the LTO shall cause the revision of all modules and the drug intoxication while driving. So again, ang driver's education, sino ang in charge? Pag tinabi nating driver's education class? Okay, so driver's education. Okay, of course, the LTO. Tinanong yan class sinong in charge sa driver's education? Sa traffic engineering naman class. Sino naman ang in charge sa traffic engineering? As a review. Sino? Sino class? Sino naman yung in charge sa traffic engineering? Okay, the DPWH. Okay, very good. So we have the procedures in screening for driving under the influence of dangerous drugs and similar substances. Una, number 1, upon personal determination of probable cause, a deputized law enforcement officer shall flag down the motor vehicle, direct the driver to step out of the vehicle and determine whether or not the driver is drunk or drugged. If the LEO has reasonable grounds to believe that the driver is drugged, the LEO shall expressly inform the driver of his assessment and shall bring the driver to the nearest police station. Saan niya dadalhin? Sa nearest police station. At the police station, the driver shall be subjected to drug screening test in accordance with the existing operational procedures, rules and procedures. If positive, a drug confirmatory test, Republic Act of 9165, shall be administered. So again, sa police station, kapag meron siyang, after the screening test na merong positive siya, i-confirm yan ngayon under the 9165. Number 3, under no circumstances shall a driver who has undergone and passed the drug be subjected to field sobriety test and or ABA test afterwards, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, pwedeng yung standing one leg, yung tinatawag natin na no U-turn, and so on. So, after a positive confirmation, the LEO shall be accomplished the following preparatory to turn over the cases of the police officer on duty at the nearest police station. So, ang results of the conduct of the DRP in the prescribed format, then inventory of items, then other pertinent documents. So, yan yung mga ano natin, ano yung class, yan yung mga i-accomplish. So, without the positive confirmation, the driver shall be apprehended for the other traffic offenses only and not for violation of this act. So, ito yung procedures class ha. Una, dadalhin ngayon ang sa police station class kapag merong assessment class na tinatawag na under the influence of drugs. Then after that, at the police station, magkakaroon ng drug screening test. Then after that, i-confirm, magkakaroon ng confirmatory test na matitest natin that the person or the driver is under the influence of drugs while driving. Then after that, isa-subject siya sa sobriety test kapag kapag under the influence of alcohol and ABA afterwards. Then kapag na-confirm, syempre, so yan. Then kapag wala, syempre ano yun siya, isa-subject na rin for release. Okay, so then of course, ang driver's license custody. So all driver's license confiscated under this rule shall be turned over to the LTO for safekeeping and shall be released by the LTO only after the final disposition or local order of the courts. Kung ano yung decision ng korte, so doon natin malalaman, guys. Okay, so yan ang driver's license custody natin. So again, saan pupunta? Sa LTO for the purpose of safekeeping. Then, of course, ibabalik lang yan sa kanya ng LTO kapag there is a final disposition or final judgment of the case. Okay, nakuha? So, yan ang tinatawag natin na driver's license custody. So, nakuha ninyo. So, next. Then, of course, we have the Republic Act number 10913, the Anti-Distracted Driving Act na tinatawag natin. So, ang distracted driving, it refers to the qualification section 5 and 6 ng batas natin. Performance by a motorist of the following acts in a motor vehicle in motion. Pag sinabi natin in motion class, ibig sabihin tumatakbo or temporarily stop at the red light, whether diplomatic, public, or private, which are hereby declared unlawful of the following. Una class, using a mobile communication device to write, to send, or read a text-based communication, or to make, receive calls, and other similar acts. Pangalawa, using an electronic entertainment or computing device to play games, watch movies, surf the internet, compose messages, read ebooks, or perform calculations and other similar acts. That is distracted driving. Another one, extent of the coverage. The operation of a mobile communication device is not considered to be distracted driving if it is done in the aid of hands-free function or similar device, such as but not limited to speakerphone. Kapag speakerphone class, di ba? Sasabihin mo lang, kumbaga, ano mo lang, naka-speaker siya pero may lalagyan dyan. Or, di ba sa Google ngayon, sabihin mo lang kung ano yung isi-search mo, isi-search niya yan through your speaker. Earphones, naka-earphone ngayon, habang nagda-drive, and microphones or other similar device which allow a person to make and receive calls without having to hold the mobile communication devices. Di ba, halimbawa, naka-headset or naka-earphone, tapos ng phone mo, hindi mo na hinawakan, habang nagda-drive ka, tumatawag siya, that is not a distracted driving. Provided that the placement of the mobile communication device or the hands-free device does not interfere with the line of sight of the driver. Okay, ibig sabihin, hindi siya nakatingin doon, parang casual lang, that is not a distracted driving. Nakuha? Wheeled agricultural machinery such as tractors, alam niyo, nakita kayo ng traktora, no? Tractors yan. And construction equipment such as graders, rollers, backhoes, payloaders, cranes, bulldozers, or mobile concrete mixers, and the likes, conveniences such as vehicles, habal-habal, trolleys, kuliglig. Nakakita na kayo ng kuliglig class or hindi kayo makarelate dito? Wagons, carriage.
Meron, sir.
Meron. Okay, very good. Kasi yung ibang siguro hindi nakakita ng kuliglig. Kasi ngayon, pinalitan na ng mga tractors and ano yung bago ngayon? Ano yung bago ngayon? Si Anthony, alam niya yan? Yung ah, yung bagong aside, di ba, dati tractors. Ang ngayon meron ng bago. Yung di ba, yung pinaka yung pinaka latest. And of
Parang
course,
motor yata yun, sir.
rotor siya. Rotor. Hindi kayo nakakita ng class? Okay, rotor yan siya, class. Yan, parang pinalitan niya na yung traktora, no? Yung tractors. Then, human-powered or powered by the prisoner staff as long as the same are operated or driven in public thoroughfares. Highways or streets or other where public safety is under consideration. So, dapat kahit yung mga drivers ng mga tractors, ng mga bulldozers, mga backhoes, dapat kapag they are transversing, o sabihin, binabaybay nila yung highways and so on, dapat hindi rin magsa-cellphone yun kasi kapag ganon, that is distracted driving. Then the provision of this act shall not apply to motorists or motor vehicles not in motion, except those which are stopped momentarily at the red light or other side of the road in compliance with the traffic regulation. Okay. So, kapag, tandaan nyo class, hindi yan ma-apply kapag, of course, hindi tumatakbo yung motor vehicles, hindi yan distracted driving tapos nagsi-cellphone siya. Or kapag sa red light class, pwede ka bang mag-cellphone? Kapag nag-stop ka lang momentarily, pwede ka bang mag-cellphone doon or pwede ka bang mag-send, mag-receive ng calls or pwede mo bang hawakan ng cellphone mo? Yes or no? Yes or no? Bakit walang sumagot?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yeah.
Of course, hindi pwede. Nakalagay nga dyan, no? Except those which are stopped momentarily
Mali pala.
at the red light. Mali pala
Mali
yung
pala yung
interpretation.
ginawa ko kahapon, sir.
Ay, mali pala yung ginawa mo. Bawal yan, ha? Pero nasa Pilipinas tayo, palaging nalulusutan, di ba? Okay, nakalagay dyan, the provision of this act shall not apply to motorists or motor vehicles which are not in motion. Ibig sabihin, hindi tumatakbo. Okay? So, except those which are stopped momentarily at a red light or overside of the road in compliance with the traffic regulations. Hindi mo alam, nag-green na, tapos ikaw na sana yung next. Kaya, pwedeng, that is a violation class. That is a distracted driving, di ba? Pwede kang makaabala, pwede kang makasagasa, or pwedeng masagasaan siya. So, nakuha niyo, kapag naka-stop momentarily, naka-red light, tapos nagsa-cellphone ka, that is not allowed under the law. Okay. Medyo kuha pa ako ng good moral sa school. No problem. Okay, so yeah, si Russell. Okay na? So, next. Okay na ba, class? Wala nang question dito sa extent of the coverage. So, ang distracted driving class, that is not allowed after nyo na makaano. Pero ginagawa natin yan, no? Kahit nga nagda-drive, yung cellphone na yun na nandito sa kabila. Okay, kaya medyo delikado kapag gano'n. So, dapat alam nyo yung proper. So, ngayon, wag mo nang gawin, Anthony at Sir, sino yun? Sir William ba yun? Parang gumawa? Hindi naman. Hindi si Sir William. Sino ba yun kanina? Okay, so that is not allowed. Distracted driving. Of course, there are exemptions to the rule. In every rule, there is an exemption. Tama? Okay, so dito tayo, class. So, a motorist using a mobile phone for emergency purposes, including but not limited to an emergency call to law enforcement agency, halimbawa, tumatawag ngayon, or tatawagan mo ngayon ang police or yung may hahabulin kayo, healthcare provider, fire department, or other emergency services or agency or entity. Of course, they are exempted class. Always, in every rule there is an exemption. Then, a motorist using a mobile phone while operating an emergency vehicle such as ambulance, a fire truck, and other vehicles providing emergency assistance in the course and scope of his or her duties. Okay, that is not allowed. Okay, so yan class ang exemptions to the this act or to this rule natin class. In every rule, there is an exemption. Again, ang distracted driving, that is not allowed habang nagda-drive ka tapos nagsi-cellphone, paabutin mo muna kung saan doon. So, unless ang mga exempted dyan kapag naka-speaker, naka-headset, or gumagamit ka ng phone mo without handling it or without, kumbaga, hindi mo siya hinahawakan personally. Ibig sabihin, may lalagyan siya dyan. Pero, hindi rin exempted class kapag, ano ba, nagbi-video call kayo tapos nagta-travel kayo, nagbi-video call. Tapos, ang focus mo, nandoon sa cellphone mo, hindi doon sa way kung saan ang tinatransverse mo. That is not allowed. Nakuha? So, dapat ang rule, alam mo, very specific kasi ang batas natin. Okay? Ay, hindi naman to distracted driving kasi hindi ko naman hinahawakan ang phone ko. Nag-video call ako. Pero, although hindi mo hinahawakan ang phone mo, pero class, distracted ka naman. Ibig sabihin, ang focus mo nandoon sa cellphone, hindi na sa road. Nakuha ba? Nakuha nyo? So, gano'n na. Hindi ibig sabihin na hindi mo hinahawakan, hindi ka na ma-charge sa distracted driving. Ma-charge ka pa rin kapag ang focus mo is not on the safety ng mga road users, pero ang focus mo doon sa cellphone mo. So, still distracted driving pa rin yan. Okay, nakuha? Okay, naintindihan na? So, yan class ang distracted driving. So, may lalabas at lalabas dyan sa board exam kasi nasa TOS. Kaya pinahuli ko to class para mas maintindihan ninyo, di ba? Kasi naka-base tayo sa TOS, di ba? So, yan class ang very important. Okay, kaya everyday class, nag-update ako ng files ko or ng ano natin. Coach, pag nahuli ka ng enforcer, pero ang pinakita mo is picture ng license mo, sir, pwede ba yun? Kapag picture ng driver's license mo, hindi pa ako hindi ko pa na-try personally. Pero ang base ata sa standard, kasi once na lang naman ako nahuli kasi magaling ako magtago. Okay, so sorry. Ano class, kapag nahuli kayo, 'di ba kailangan talaga yung kasi ano naman 'yan, SOP naman na dapat dala mo yung driver's license mo. Bawal 'yan kapag kapag picture. Pero although wala namang picture kung walang original, pero class as a standard, dapat dala mo palagi ang driver's license kapag nagta-travel ka. Kaya hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, ay hindi ko alam kasi na dapat dalhin. So bawal 'yan. So kapag nahuli ka na picture lang, hindi yan allowed kasi tayo sa Pilipinas. Kaya
Mali galit. Mali
mali
galit to
naman.
gitudlo sa amon, sir.
Ano yung natuturo sa inyo?
Doon sa review center dati, sabi pwede daw.
Hindi pwede yan kasi ang SOP dapat dala mo. 'Di ba? Tama yung sinabi ni Angelo na try niya daw, pinadaan lang siya pero wag na uulitin. Kasi ang standard dapat ipakita mo talaga yung physical na driver's license, 'di ba? Okay, ayan. Section 29 o 4136. When confiscated, traffic enforcer must issue a receipt. TOP is good for 76 hours. Failure to settle within 50 days. Suspension or revocation of the license. Yes, lumabas rin yan. Actually, ilang ulit yung lumabas yung confiscation ng driver's license yung class. Mag-i-issuean kayo ng TOP. So within 72 hours dapat ma-settle nyo na yan. Within 50 days, of course, magkukos. Pero class, di ba, ang nangyayari, nag-i-issue kayo ng TOP or ang nangyayari kasi, doon na kayo nagbabayad, di ba, kapag may violation. Kasi napagdaanan ko yan eh. Doon ka na
Sir, bawal,
magbabayad.
sir.
O, di ba ngayon bawal? Pero nakadepende, no?
Pero sa PG, sir, pwede.
Pero baka naka-double pay. Baka depende siguro yan kapag siguro yung resibo na binibigay sa inyo, temporary lang yan. Kaya para hindi na nila ma-turnover doon. Di natin alam. Kaya sige na lang para matapos na, di ba? Bayaran mo na lang para makalis ka na. Okay, so pero class yun talaga ang kapag overspeeding, kasi overspeed daw. Ano sabi ni sir? Basahin natin para maano. Sir, tanong, authorized po ba yung mga security ng isang subdivision na kunin po yung license of pasok ng authority? Din po ba silang hindi. Wala silang ticket sa overspeeding kasi kasi akong video na kinuha ng license. Tapos tinikitan kasi overspeed daw. They are not allowed class to hindi sila pwede to confiscate yung driver's license mo kapag nasa subdivision ka. Yung mga security guards. Bakit may nakalagay ba na security guards na under sa batas natin na mag-confiscate? They are not authorized or they are not deputized by the LTO to confiscate the license. Hindi sila pwede hindi allowed kasi nga kapag sa mga subdivision or mga security guards papasok ka doon sa subdivision or sa mga hotel, kapag hihiramin nila yung ID mo, dapat picturean ng nila yan. Ang protocol, dapat picturean nila yung ID tapos ibabalik, 'di ba? Para may record lang na umalis ka. Pero nakasanayan na kasi pagpasok mo doon, ibigay mo yung ID mo tapos kukunin mo lang paglabas, 'di ba?
Deputized po ba ang PNP na mag-confiscate ng
Deputize po daw yung security, sabi ng security nung sa video, sir. Tapos galit pa yung security. Paano sila na-deputize ng uh, protocol, high-ranking government place yung cabinet secretary. Mali ako, 16 ako. Ang sagot ko wala is 12. Yes, tama. Ang galing. Kapag ganon, ano yun? Ano bang nangyari doon, class? Hindi ko sinabalitaan yung sa security guards. May ano ba doon? May progress ba doon sa kaso na yon? Anong nangyari? Sino talaga ang mali? Or wala na kayong update? Wala na kayong update? Sino yun may nag-question dito? Sino yun ang question niya na deputize? Ano yung question mo, sir?
So yung sa po sir, deputized po ba ang PNP na mag-confiscate ng license, sir?
Actually, class, sino ba talaga ang may karapatan or sino ba talaga may karapatan na mag-confiscate ng license?
LTO.
LTO. Okay. Kapag halimbawa class na-deputize sila or na pwede, pero general rule hindi, di ba? LTO dapat kaya medyo kabahan kayo kapag LTO na yung nandyan. Kasi they are di ba? They have the authority to
license, sir, matter of privilege or right po, sir?
Ang pagkuha ng license?
Yes, sir.
Of course, ang pagkuha ng license, it is your right. It is your right, class, kapag magkuha ka ng license, di ba? Karapatan mo yan kasi, di ba, syempre lahat naman, unless na lang, it is a privilege na lang kapag may mga violations ka and so on. Pero it is a matter of right. Tama, no? Hindi pa yan tinanong sa board exam. So, posibleng itanong yan, is it a matter of right or is it a matter of privilege? Of course, it is a matter of right, class. Okay, hindi yan privilege. So kasi lahat naman may karapatan na kumuha ng driver's license. Of course, may mga limitations rin pag nakuha ka, 'di ba? Kapag nearsighted, farsighted, and so on. So may mga limitations ka doon na dapat sundin. Okay, so yan yung mga posibleng lalabas, no? Pero so far, ang lumalabas doon, ano yung lumabas daw na isa? Walang update na wala yung video. Wala yung video? Sayang, no? Which is good. Always sa balikan, class, kapag ang subject natin is traffic, your 4136. Nandun pa rin. Doon pa rin sila.
Yung lumabas, sir?
Yes.
Yung lumabas, may isa?
May lumabas pa na isa dito. Yun? Hindi ko kasi ma-retrieve dito. May sinabi si Sir dito. Si Sir Victor ba yun? Yung protocol ng high-ranking government officials. Ano ba to, sir? Ano yung dito yung question talaga, yung sa high-ranking si Budget daw, tinawagan ng yung kanyang kapit sa HPG kaya hindi na huhuli. Puno ng violation yung kanyang motor. Medyo patay ka, Budget galing talaga ni Budget kasi ano yan may-ari yan ng Doriana na sa Davao kaya medyo malakas yan. Hindi ba si Budget? Okay, grabe talaga si Budget, no? Sana si Budget. Okay. Plate number ng cabinet secretaries. Okay, yung cabinet secretaries. Okay. So, titingnan natin dito, parang hindi ko yan na-discuss kanina. Meron yan, no, na natin. Pero hindi naman siya nakalagay sa TOS. So, wag na natin, sundin. Kasi ang TOS ngayon, class, yan yung leakage natin. Kung ano yung nandun muna sa TOS, yun na yun. Kaya, pero yung mga usapan natin na ini-insert natin, ano lang yan, kumbaga para mas maintindihan talaga natin na mabuti ang subject, di ba? Kung mag-focus kasi tayo sa TOS, konti lang ang pag-uusapan natin. Pero hindi lang naman TOS, di ba? Hindi lang naman board exam ang piniprepare natin. Real life pa rin. So kapag mag-apply kayo sa service, lahat-lahat, alam niyo yon. Kumbaga, master nyo na. Pero sabi ng PRC, ang lalabas ngayon sa board exam, yung nasa TOS, kung ngayon, kung anong nakalagay sa TOS. So let's see, di ba? Kung palagi na sinasabi, kung susundin nilang TOS, much better. Kung hindi, mas okay rin. Kasi na-discuss na rin natin yung iba na wala doon. Okay, dito class, Republic Act number 106, 36, that is an act providing for the safety of children aboard motorcycles or the Children's Safety on Motorcycles Act of 2015. Pero tandaan nyo class, sa ibang bansa, general rule, di ba, na hindi mo pwedeng ilagay sa lap mo ang bata. Ay, naalala mo yung tanong, sir, pero naman. Importante, babawi ka ngayon, sir, di ba? Baka 90% ang magiging rating ni Sir, di ba? So, ano lang yan, it's about time. So, kaya nga actually class, nahahawak ko talaga yung mga Q&A nung lumabas last February. Mayroong collection yan. Kaya di ba, paglabas ng board exam, nag-live ako, kaya nakuha ko yung mga question doon. Kina-comment ng mga followers ko. Kaya medyo advantage yun sa akin. At sa atin rin, di ba? Bago yung mga pinipresent natin doon. Kaya medyo hindi tayo nahirapan when it comes sa ano. At tapos, yung mga nagte-take, pinaparasyo sa akin ng mga questions. Kaya tapos pinopost ko, ano lang yan, kung maganda ma-master ko yung lumalabas, ay ito pala yung construction. Kaya doon class. So again, the Republic Act number 10666, that is an act providing for the safety of children aboard of motorcycles. Actually sa ibang bansa, kahit sa mga kotse, no, sa mga class, bawal mo ilagay sa lap yung anak mo. Tapos sa dapat meron silang sariling doon, upuan sa likod, 'di ba, na naka-seatbelt lahat-lahat. Pero sa Pilipinas parang walang gano'n, no. Walang gano'n sa atin, no, tama ba? Okay, pero sa ibang bansa gano'n talaga ang protocol nila kahit anong edad 'yan. Dapat yung mga 1-year-old, dapat nakaupo na yan sila sa likod. Hindi pwedeng ilagay sa harapan. Pero sa Pilipinas, meron sir yung mayayaman. Yes, meron, no? Pero sa mga wala na. Pero hindi talaga na pinapatupad ng maayos dito. Kaya okay, wala tayong magagawa doon. Okay, dito class, nakalagay dito ang pinoprohibit any unlawful for any person drive a two-wheeled motorcycle. Okay, motorcycle class with a child on board on public roads where there's heavy volume of vehicles. There is a high density of fast-moving vehicles or where there is a speed limit of more than 60 kph is imposed unless, una, the child passenger can comfortably reach his or her feet on the standard foot peg of the motorcycle. Pangalawa, the child's arms can reach around and grasp the waist of the motorcycle rider, yung papa niya or yung driver. Then the child is wearing a standard protected helmet referred to under the Republic Act number 100054, otherwise known as the Motorcycle Helmet Act of 2009. So yan class, unless na lang yung pasok dito, hindi niyan siya papasok doon class sa batas or hindi niyan punishable. Okay, mag-grab niya yung waist ng yung driver and of course comfortably ma-reach niya yung standard foot peg of the motorcycle. There dapat meron siyang helmet as protective or as a required class under the protected helmet law. Okay, so doon lang class mag-end yung ating discussion. Okay, sa traffic management natin. So actually yung iba doon na nag-focus lang tayo mostly sa tawag nito sa TOS. Tapos yung iba na hindi natin na-discuss na wala sa TOS, pwede yun ang basahin yung class. Hindi ibig sabihin na hindi nyo nababasahin babasahin nyo pa rin yung mga basic. Kasi additional information yun or additional learning yun. Posible kung lalabas, kung hindi, okay rin kasi nakapag-ready na kayo. Okay, sir. Sir, meron din po bang lalabas sa RA, sir? Yung mga RA, yun na yun yung mga diniscuss natin. Yung sa anti-destructive driving, yung sa motor vehicle, yung driving under the influence of drugs, under the influence of alcohol. Yun na yung naglalabas sa RA, sa mga Republic Acts. Kasi naka-specific naman sa TOS natin. Wala na masyadong maglalabas sa RA. Again, class, ulitin ko ang tinatawag natin na RA, hindi nila ilalabas kung anong particular, hindi nila itatanong rather kung anong particular na RA. Ang itatanong nila dyan is yung content ng batas. Naintindihan nyo? Kasi misleading palagi nababasa ko, ay, huwag kayong mag-memorize ng batas kasi walang lalabas kahit isa dyan. No, that's wrong. Okay? Ang gawin nyo, dapat alamin ninyo. Kasi nga, ang mga tanong sa board exam, kinukuha nila sa batas. Hindi mo lang dapat i-memorize ang batas alone. Ang i-memorize mo doon, class, ang content ng batas. Okay? Okay, so nakuha ba? So again, ang ilalabas nila ang content ng batas. Kaya class, ang mga example natin, February 2024 question. Kasi there are possibilities, sabi ng PRC, di ba? Kaya nga ang purpose ko, di ba, nagbiyahe ako ng 14 hours doon sa CDO Cagayan de Oro. 14 hours yung biyahe ko, class. Kasi pagdating ko ng Tacorong, wala nang sasakyan yung rural bus. Papuntang 5 hours lang sana yun eh. So pagdating ko nun kasi 12 p.m. lang pala yung yung last trip sa morning. Tapos pumunta pa ako ng Jensan, papunta ng Davao, so another 5 hours yun or 7 hours na eh. Tapos pagdating sa Davao, pumunta naman ako ng Cagayan, more than 7 hours. So 14 hours class, yun sa TOS. Palaging sinasabi doon na, again, wala ng personalities, wala ng history. Okay lang naman yung history at mga personalities i-explain kapag sa classroom discussion, yung undergrad pa kayo. Pero kapag review, kaya wala kayong nakikitang in-explain ko ang history tapos yung mga Republic Acts, mali yun na sasabihin na walang lalabas sa RA. Ang content ng Republic Acts ang dapat niyong sundin kasi doon ang kumukuha or doon kinukuha ang mga question sa board exam. Nakuha ninyo? Kasi lahat ng mga binabasa nyo naman nanggaling yan sa batas. So huwag niyong sabihin na walang lalabas sa RA. Walang lalabas sa RA alone, pero maraming lalabas sa content ng batas. Saan ba kinukuha yung content ng sa LEA? Di doon sa 6975 at 8551. Okay, nakuha nyo? Okay, ganun ang concept Okay, para makita ninyo. Okay, nakuha na ba? Nakuha? Okay na, class? Okay, sige.